Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing part 2 on my pregnancy and how I found out I was pregnant. I first found out when I started having a lot of pain. My lower stomach, it was just really sharp. And I remember it being to the point like I kept having to unbutton my jeans and stuff. It was hurting so bad. I kept telling my boyfriend, I was like, I keep having these pains, and I remember it was so bad. He drove a lower GTI, and every time I would get in the car, I was in so much pain. So I knew that there was something going on. That's not what first came to my mind. I didn't think that I needed to take a test. I was still getting my period on time at the time. And then it actually turned out I had it for like a day and then it stopped. That's when I knew that I needed to take a few tests. And I remember I was in class and I went home a few times because it hurt so bad. And I was telling my teacher, and she was actually a parenting teacher. She told me that she was starting to think I was pregnant by the way I was telling her I was in pain. So I didn't believe her, and I told her that I wasn't pregnant. I was like, I'm not pregnant, but I'll take a test anyway. And so we buy like different brands, like the ones that say positive, negative, the ones that are the 2 lines or whatever. So I take the first test and we're on the phone, and I was already crying because I was scared. I didn't know what to think. And I just had a gut feeling. I was like, I know I'm pregnant. I know I am. Even though I wasn't thinking of it the whole time, I already had it in my gut feeling. Like, I already knew, like, before I even took it. And I took it and I was waiting. It was messed up. It was like, I took the ones that had 2 lines, and it was like cracked. So I took another one and it said positive. And then I took another one because I was confused and it said negative. So I just kept taking them. And then I searched later that when you keep taking a bunch, then it kind of messes it up, and sometimes it can give like a false negative. So I just went ahead and went with the positive one. So like I said in my first video, I was crying. We were crying on the phone, but he told me that I got it, we got it. So the next plan, we didn't know what to do. And I think the very first person that I told, well, I had a few friends in my cooking class that I was telling like my pain and everything, and they were telling me to take a test at the time. So I kind of was telling them what was going on, but the very first person I told, I think, was my brother's girlfriend. I think she didn't tell my brother, I'm not sure, but me and Ethan did not know what to do. What we first did, we had a plan. After school, we were going to go to my grandma's house. We go to my grandma's, me and Ethan, he picks me up from school. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I forgot what I told my mom. I think I was like, I have to go to work, but Ethan's taking me to work, something like that. And then I called out of work. I ended up telling somebody that was above me that I needed them to cover my shift because I thought I might be pregnant, which I was. So we go to my grandma's house. We go upstairs with my grandma. I think she told me that she already had a feeling. She knew what it was. Like when I called her, I told her, Grandma, there's something I need to tell you. I called her before I went there. I said, is it okay if me and Ethan come over? There's something I really need to tell you. And she knew, like, I know she knew. She's like a really religious person. She's really strong on like knowing feelings. So she knew that I was pregnant. So we went upstairs to my grandma's room, and my sister went in there, and automatically I tell her like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't do this. And I'm crying. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm still in high school. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I kid you not, my grandma stood up and said, yeah! She was so excited and so happy. She was like really happy to find out that I was pregnant. And she was telling me that, you know, it's God's gift and everything. So she was like, we have to call your mom. And I was like, no, my mom's gonna kill me. I was like, I'm so scared. And my sister was in the room and she was crying. Everybody was crying. It was so emotional. Ethan was like a little like, he was upset and uncomfortable at the same time because everybody's crying. I knew my grandma was gonna call my mom. So as we're sitting there, she's like, your mom's downstairs. I started screaming. I ran to the closet and Ethan's freaking out. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, she's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. I was like, I'm scared. My mom got pregnant really young, but not in high school. And my parents separated. And I always told my mom, like, I was always scared to have kids because I know what it feels like not to have both parents. And it's especially a daughter not having their dad. That's a big part too why I was so scared. Like, I didn't know. Not that I didn't trust Ethan. Like, honestly, that was nothing that was coming to my mind. And clearly he's like the best father to Zara. But all that's going through my mind is like how I felt growing up. And I don't want to put my baby in that position. I'm going off track. Anyway, so my mom comes in. Well, grandma tells everybody to leave. She was like, Ethan, can you go wait downstairs? And so my mom comes in and she's like, what's wrong? What's the matter? And I was like, I'm crying. I was like, Mom, I'm pregnant. And she was like, okay. Like, she honestly, like, I did not expect her reaction to be how it was, but that right there told me a lot. And automatically, my mom's reaction told me that I can do it, and I have her support. I have my family, and I have everybody, and that she knew I can do it. If, you know, my mom wouldn't tell me something that she knows that I couldn't do. So I'm like, Mom, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And she's like, what are you scared about? She automatically tells me, it's your decision what you want to do. It's your body. It's your baby. It's your relationship. It's your guys' choice, mainly your choice. It's your choice. You do what you want to do. But I'm telling you, I'm here to support you and you can do it. She just starts talking to me and telling me, like, I can take care of the baby. I can do everything. I can help you out. I can, you know, you can finish school, which I did. And she was like, you know, do what you want to do. And she gave me the advice to talk to Ethan. So yeah, my mom was not mad at all. She was really supportive already, and she told me that I can do it and everything. And what's crazy is she actually told me that she had a dream that I forgot if either I was pregnant or she was having a grandchild, like the night before, which is so crazy. Like, everybody was already having these feelings that somebody was pregnant, which is crazy. Anyways, I go downstairs and I take Ethan outside and we sit on the porch, and I'm not gonna share everything just because that moment was our moment and personal to us, but basically we just talked about our future, and he told me that he's gonna do everything, you know, be there during the pregnancy and be an amazing father. We basically just talked about our plans and our future, and he always told me that it was my decision, it's my body, but from the jump, he was always excited to have the baby, like from the beginning. That was how my mom found out, and my mom was like, you need to tell his parents, you need to tell his mom. So Ethan texted his mom and he was like, I need to tell you something. It's about Jalen, it's about us. And she was like, oh my God, what is it? What is it? You know, and because, you know, it might sound like something bad happened or something crazy is going on by the way he texted. So she was like, what's going on? And automatically she knew. She was like, she's pregnant. And then she texted me. My mom ended up telling everybody else through the phone or through text. My grandpa found out while we were in the house, but he wasn't really mad. I'm sure, like, you know, when there's guys that are protective in the family, like my brother or any other guys, like my stepdad or my grandpa, you know, they all automatically, it's like, dang, like, and I get that. Just because I'm making these videos on me being a teen mom, it doesn't mean I'm telling everybody to go get pregnant at my age. So basically, I think my brother was, I still don't know his full response to my mom, but I know he was just a little bit like, you know, like, wow, that's crazy. But he wasn't mad. Him and my sister, actually, the godparents to Zara, and the rest of his family found out. I think his mom, Ethan's mom, told his dad, and then the rest of the family just ended up finding out. Basically, everybody kind of mainly found out over the phone. Basically, just like the main people found out through us personally. In my first video, I mentioned first trimester, which was kind of really the worst part of like pain-wise, really. In the beginning, I could not get out of bed. I kept having to go to the hospital. And the very first time that we went to the hospital was me, Ethan, and my mom. I got an ultrasound in the back, and they confirmed that there was a baby in there. She was like, "Yep, you're pregnant." And we stayed there for a little while since I couldn't hold any food down and I was so sick. And then I just kept going back, like urgent care, the emergency room. I just kept going because I could not hold any food down, and it was to the point I lost 10 pounds in a week. I'm pretty, eight or 10 pounds. I was staying in bed pretty much all day, every day for a little while, and my mom would buy everything, like everything possible. She bought all this ginger stuff. She bought ginger candies, actual ginger. She made me ginger honey tea. She bought me these little medical bands that were like supposed to stop your nausea, which it didn't. And then these little pregnancy pops, like literally nothing helped. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, like nobody knew what to do. I couldn't even have water. I threw up water. It was so bad. I just kept throwing up. And by the way, I don't remember throwing up when I first thought I was pregnant. It happened like after I found out. So that's kind of when it started. And during this time, I was working at a boba place, which I no longer work at, but I was working there, and I remember I was just in so much pain, and I was telling Ethan, I was like, I can't do it. And I remember I would feel so like bad about myself. I was like, I can't even work. Like I kept doubting myself. I was like, how am I gonna do this? But I was like, you know what? I need to stop giving myself a hard time. I mean, the hardest, it wasn't really the work. It was like when we would close and stuff, like, or if I had to carry heavy things here and there, like boxes or something in the closet. But like overly doing things, like it just made me feel sick to my stomach. And then sometimes when we would have like our lunch there or whatever at work, I didn't want to eat anything, and sometimes like the smell of the food made me so sick. But anyway, this whole time while I was sick, I was on medical leave, and then I ended up being let go, which I was so upset about because that just like pushed back a lot for me. I actually talked with a couple people I was working with and my boss at the time about the fact that I'm pregnant, and I told them and I talked to them. Well, not everybody knew, but everything just started to seem to be getting hard on me there. Like I just seemed to be having a hard time every time I would close or work. It was either the nausea or just feeling like crap. So anyway, I was telling my grandma, and she's like, you need to stop working, just stay at home, it's not good for the baby. And I was like, you know what, it's not. But I just kept working. But I remember when I was on medical leave, which is when I was literally in and out of the hospital back to back to back, I finally got home. And I was only home for like a few days, and then like I received a text that I was let go. And I think the people at my job thought that I quit, but I didn't. And it just kind of sucked because I was like, great, like how am I gonna prepare for my baby? How am I gonna do this? This was my income for me, my income for my baby. As soon as I told Ethan that, I'm like, I don't have a job anymore. And it really sucked. Like even though like it wasn't like some like, you know, I wasn't making crazy money, it was something to prepare for my baby on the way. But I was just so sick. I was like, you know what? I And Ethan was like, you don't need to be working, I got this. Automatically he starts applying for a job, and he got his job, which he's no longer working at, but he got that job and he started working right away, and he made sure that our baby had everything. And I was just so proud of him and so happy and so grateful that I have a partner like him.